New government, new rules, new everything. Recently, the new salary threshold to enable you bring your dependents to the UK was increased from 18,000, I think 18,600 pounds to about I think 29,000 pounds. And the UK government was like they are going to continue to review it. I think by 2025 or so, it was going to be increased to 38,700 pounds. Now, which have restricted a lot of UK residents from bringing their dependents from overseas, and has also restricted a lot of people that fell in love with people outside the UK from getting married, because they know even if they get married, that at the end of the day, bringing their spouses or their dependents to the UK, they will have to earn high, which a lot of people don't even earn up to 29,000 pounds in the UK. So the previous government implemented that 29,000, saying it's going to further increase to 38,700. We got a new government, and just as you can see on my screen, Home Secretary pauses family visa salary hike to 38,700 pounds until review is completed. So this is a very good news for those who are planning to bring in their dependents to the UK. Okay, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. And if you're new to this channel, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK immigration updates, live in the UK, scholarships in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK. So I've got one immigration update right now, which I think is going to be kind of a good news for some that wants to bring in their dependents. As earlier mentioned at the beginning of the video, that we got a new government that is already planning to change things, and one of the things they have thought of doing is to also help British people who already have indefinite leave to remain in the UK, who have fallen in love outside the UK, to be able to bring in their dependents. The previous government increased this to 29,000 pounds for them to be eligible to bring in their dependent. But from what it is now, Betty Copper confirmed there will be no further changes to the 29,000 pounds a year threshold until a review has been completed. Now, just as you can see, tourist visa rules to stop people earning under 38,700 pounds from bringing foreign partners to Britain have been paused by the new Home Secretary. I would say this is a good development. Like I said, this is a good news to some, and maybe probably a bad news to some. The Copper, who is the new Home Secretary, confirmed there will be no further changes to the current 29,000 pounds a year wage threshold. Britons need to bring a family member from abroad until a review of the family visa policy has been completed. And as you can see, Ms. Copper confirmed on Wednesday, which was just a few days ago, that she will order the independent public body to launch a review on this. The family immigration rules, including the minimum income requirement, need to balance a respect for family life whilst also ensuring the economic well-being of the UK is maintained, the Home Secretary said in a written statement. To help ensure we reach the right balance and have a solid evidence base for any change, I will commission the MAC to review the financial requirements in the family immigration rules. A lot of families are currently worried about this. I spoke to a few of them recently, and they were really like, oh, they are not happy about this because some of them had already fallen in love overseas. So tell me, you fell in love overseas and you're unable to bring your partner to the UK, except maybe they are coming to visit you. So the minimum income requirement is currently set at 29,000 pounds, and there will be no further changes until MAC review is complete. So the new Home Secretary right now have commissioned MAC to look into this, if this is fair enough, because this was a rule that was passed during the previous government. Now, the minimum income was raised from 18,600 pounds to 29,000 pounds per year by Rishi Sunak's government in a bid to help bring down the UK's record immigration number, which we all know that I would say it's only UK that is tackling with immigration. Other European countries are also going through this right now. Under the old plans, the lower wage limit was set to increase to 38,000 pounds in 2025. And like you know, 2025 is not really far from now, which is why the new Home Secretary have said they should put a pause to that and have asked MAC to review this as soon as possible and come back with a report. Ms. Copper insisted that a new approach to legal migration aimed at boosting UK workforce skill before recruiting abroad will be taken by Labour. Like we know, one of the things they are proposing right now is to train people in the UK to be able to fill in those spaces before they start recruiting from overseas. But this is not to say there are no recruitment from overseas. Some companies are still recruiting from overseas, but it cannot be compared to what it was last year. In a swipe at the previous Conservative government, the Home Secretary said levels of legal migration in recent years reflected a failure over many years to tackle skills shortage and other problems in the UK labour market. She pointed to the huge rise in non-EU long-term migration from 277,000 in the year to December 2022 to 423,000 in the year to December 2023. So this is an obvious thing. Like, even the previous Home Secretary, from what I read in the publication, was like, what the new Home Secretary is doing now is going to further increase net migration, which they tackled while they were on seat. So now, just as you can see, the number of work visas issued in the 12 months to March 2024 was 605,264. Ms. Copper said that reflects a failure over many years to tackle skills shortage and other problems in the UK labour market, meaning too many sectors have remained reliant on international recruitment instead of being able to source the skills they need here at home. So now, like we all know, that they are proposing to train people in the UK, migrants in the UK, to fill in these positions instead of bringing new migrants from overseas. So she added, this is why we are setting out a different approach, one that links immigration policy and visa control to skills and labour market policies. So migration is not used as an alternative to training or tackling workforce problem here at home. This approach will be important to enabling delivery of government's border agenda. Like we all know that the new Home Secretary is trying to close border, especially for illegal migrants. So from what it is, as you can see, the salary threshold for those who are on indefinite leave to remain, those who are British citizens to bring in their partners and their children from abroad, for now is going to remain at £29,000 per annum until Mark completes their review and gets back to the new Home Secretary. So this is a good news for those who are planning to bring in their dependents, because I know this news is really devastating, especially for those who have been planning to bring in their dependents and they have been unable to do that in the past few months because of this new salary threshold. And now raising the salary threshold to 38,700 is going to make things more difficult for them. So let's see what Mark is going to come with, but just to let you know that it remains at £29,000. I had a conversation with someone recently and he was like, oh, my wife is still back home and they've increased it to 29,000, and in the next few months they are going to increase it to 38,700. I'm not even earning up to 29,000 at the moment, so that means I will never have opportunity to see my wife except she comes on a visiting visa, which will not allow her to do anything in the UK. But from what it is, if this remains at 29,000, it's still going to open doors for those who have fallen in love with people overseas, planning to bring them to the UK, and also those who currently have their family members overseas and they are planning to bring them to the UK. So let's be positive and see what Mark is going to come back with. If they come back with something good, then I'm sure it's going to benefit a lot of people. So guys, this is just what it is. This is a very good news to me, to be honest, and which is why I thought I should just pack here, share this update with you, and please do like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. And if you're yet to subscribe to join our beautiful family for more updates like this, please do hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care and have a lovely day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye for now.